Hello, everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. This is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And happy Wednesday. Happy Hawkeye Hump Day.
Yay!
It's
happy
the final
Hawkeye
one.
finale hump day. Happy finale. The finale of Hawkeye.
So, normally we do the spoiler discussions, as you guys know, on Saturdays. However, this Saturday is Christmas. And we are going to have be spending time with family, and probably not the best to be like, hey, can we just put the Christmas thing on hold for like an hour so we can talk about Hawkeye? Like,
might get a little disowned.
Yeah, like would they let us do
They'll
it?
Be like, we're taking away one of your presents. Navi, I bumped Navi.
All right, Navi wants to come up, so we will let her come up.
Navi's like, hey, everybody, I want to be on the show.
Hello.
There we go.
So thank you guys for your patience. Thank you guys for being flexible and letting us talk about Hawkeye spoilers. And we know this is early. So again, if you haven't watched the season finale of Hawkeye, today's live stream might be too spoiler filled for you. We understand that you have to come back later after you finish the episode. However, if you have watched it, then stay tuned. We're going to be talking about it. And before we get into everything else, let me go ahead and get to our first super chat real quick, because Marvin Martin always gives awesome suggestions.
Woo-hoo!
So
Marvin Martin, thank you.
Thank you so much, Marvin, for your continuous support. Marvin writes, Unicorn Dissection board game, like Operation?
Oh,
do I like this or do I not like this?
Okay, that one I'm gonna have to look up a picture of that right now.
Is it grotesque? Is
I don't
it gonna
know.
be like the, what is it, anonymically accurate? What's that called?
Scientifically accurate. Anonymously accurate.
I don't know where my brain is today. But while Dustin looks that up, I'm going to read the rest. So, Antitrust, which is a computer murder mystery, baby secret of the lost legend, saving dinosaur from poachers. What?
Oh.
I like these suggestions. I want to look into all of them. Oh my God, it looks like a Lisa Frank board game.
Yep, as a matter of fact,
looks like a Lisa Frank
almost
board game.
Exactly like Operation, but you have to pull out what is that called?
Glitter.
Like roses,
yep.
cupcakes. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can get a good picture of that. Of course, my face is stealing the focus. There we go. That's what it looks like, ladies and gentlemen.
How much is that?
Really cheap. You can get it like for like that one is just $13.
Unicorn dissection. Oh my God, how funny. So instead of making the noise, does it go
I don't know.
Like it's glitter and pretty?
No, because it still has to be like, what is that called? Like a warning sound kind of a thing. Because, you know, on Operation, it goes,
Yeah, but I feel like if it's everything cute and unicorn and, you know.
Maybe it's like a kind of, you know, because it's a horse.
No, I can't. Maybe. So it's less alarming. You're like, gosh, the unicorn is fine. We can just get this out.
Okay. Oh, but apparently they also have
Marvin, thank you so much for
dissection.
These. Oh my gosh.
What else? Yeah, Dino Operation, Rainbow Ralph. Is that where you try to make a unicorn puke? Because it looks like
Rainbow Ralph.
The winning trick is to make him sick. Oh my God.
So the unicorn
you try to make the unicorn puke. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get that one.
Hide your face because
well. Oh yeah, that's right. Duck out of the way. Oh well, I don't know if you can really see it very well.
I don't think it wants to focus.
Nope, not gonna focus. Oh well. But
what is it called so they can look it up if they want to?
Rainbow Ralph. RALFPH.
Yes.
Kind of like, I guess because vomiting for a while was considered Ralphing, I guess.
Really?
And not like Wreck-It Ralph, which is what I normally think of.
Interesting.
I find that funny.
All right. Jimmy says, first time in the live chat. Welcome to the live chat.
Welcome, Jimmy.
Welcome to the most disorganized, yet very casual and fun live chat. So today on the live stream, just to reiterate, we are going to be talking all spoilers for the season finale of Hawkeye. But before we do, we did see, and we have a reaction up. It's not really a reaction. I think I titled it Review and Breakdown of the teaser trailer for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which if you were able to make it out to the theaters to watch Spider-Man No Way Home and you actually stayed through all of the credits, then you got to see this at the end. But it is really cool that now it is released online because Spider-Man, did its opening weekend, record-breaking opening weekend thing.
Good job, Spider-Man!
In a pandemic era.
And if you have not seen our Wendy's non-spoiler review, it is up on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. If you want to see a really in-depth, all over the place spoiler review, head on over to our Patreon and you can see us just geek out over Spider-Man. We're not gonna talk about any spoilers here, but I liked it. I have to admit, I liked Spider-Man very much.
It a lot. We liked it a lot. But we're not here to talk spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home. We are going to talk about the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness teaser trailer. It is I think essentially the same one that we got in theaters via a post-credit scene. But this one really explores kind of, I feel like there are so many different references to What If you've been watching What If. And obviously the multiverse has been teased, in not just, I think, all the way back to WandaVision, but also in What If, and also a little bit in No Way Home as well, because that's kind of a little bit of the premise. But this one is Doctor Strange focused, and there's sort of this, we get to see a version of a dark Doctor Strange, a supreme, whatever they call him.
Ultimate Doctor Strange. I think it's something like that.
That.
I love that shot of what is it? When he said in the trailer, things just got a little out of hand.
Yes.
And I'm just like, I know what he's talking about because I've seen What If, and I'm so glad that at least it looks like they're bringing in What If concepts into the live action MC universe.
Yes.
So I'm super excited to see what they're doing. And the thing is, though, that means there might be a moment to where our Doctor Strange meets What If Doctor Strange and actually goes into like his realm and sees the Ultimate Ultron or the Infinity Ultron and Killmonger stuck in. And this is actually what we might actually get a little bit of an interview with, hey, this is my friend, the Watcher, kind of a thing.
That would be really interesting because technically the Watcher doesn't interfere, but we also saw that he had really no choice but to interfere in What If. So we'll see how that goes. But I
love Johnny Light's Johnny Light 45.
Johnny
Late. Sorry, my apologies. I love your comment, dude. Darker Strange. I love it. I love that little play on word. I'm also a big. I'm a fan of Strange Supreme.
That's it.
That's what it is.
Yes.
But I'm just really curious on whether or not I can't say Doctor.
No, just say Doctor Strange.
Evil Doctor Strange. Well, he's not even really evil. But if
Strange Supreme,
if Strange Supreme is going to be the main villain, because I remember when they first announced it, they said it was going to be Nightmare. Mm-hmm. So
Sam Raimi is at the helm for this film, and I really do like his take on it. Do we have a little body bot?
Yep.
All right, let me go ahead and get rid of that real quick. There we go. Done and done.
Bye-bye.
And I do want to get into all the little Easter eggs and little hints at what's to come. Obviously, we see Doctor Strange talking to Wanda, and she is like, oh, you're here to talk to me? Slap me on the wrist for Westview. I'm sorry about what happened. Sorry people got hurt, this and that. He's like, oh, I'm not here for that. And
I need your help.
She's like, oh, something else? So I can't wait to see more of Wanda in this. We're seeing her putting the suit back on again. Mm-hmm. So what other chaos moments are we going to get out of that? But one of my favorite things to see is the flash of Christine, played by Rachel McAdams, in a wedding dress walking down the aisle. And if you saw the What If, it really explores the relationship between Stephen Strange and Christine. However, in this one, I don't know if it's based if this is a multiverse thing, if this is an Earth 616 thing. But as she walks down the aisle, we do cut to Stephen Strange in a suit for formal wear, but he is not the groom. It looks like he is a guest at her wedding. So who is she getting married to? Is this an alternate version of them? We don't know. But speaking of Christine, there's also a shot of them kind of opening the door to it. Maybe it looks like they're kind of at the maybe the entrance of the multiverse or somewhere that looks multiverse-y. There are two figures standing behind Doctor Strange. One is America Chavez, and the other, and I couldn't really see it in the trailer, but luckily, if you read anything on Twitter, people somehow find like the most high def photos and then blow it up.
How they're able to do that, because it is like by the time you're actually able to see the face, the image is really far back in the picture. So it's kind of like, what is it called in those crime dramas where it's like, oh, right.
Pause, zoom in,
and enhance. That's the word I was looking for. And enhance. Oh, no, dehance. And it was really impressive that they were able to get this good of a shot.
And her hair is a little bit redder. So when I was watching it, and so when I was watching it, and Dustin was like, oh, that's Christine. I was like, I don't know. But Dustin does have way better eyesight than I do, even with glasses on. So I should have just been like, yeah, that is Christine. But I was like, I can't tell. It is Christine. Her hair is a little bit redder. And I want to read out Debbie's comment here. There's a little bit of change in one moment. Good to see more of Rachel McAdams as she's getting her own suit, which is what we get to see in that shot that I'm talking about. I think the moment is like 1 minute and 40 seconds or something like that. Somewhere.
Oh, no. Well, the 140 sec. Oh, yeah, because it goes from that to the tentacle monster.
To the Shumagoras, or however you pronounce their name. Dark Taurus Prime. Oh my God, I can't say these names, but that's funny. Okay, so I think that's really cool that we're getting little teases of that. We're getting teases of some of the creatures that we will get to see, hopefully even more in the film. And of course, we were kind of looking up also the watch, because, and you guys maybe can tell us that. So we know the watch, the one that's in the trailer that has the broken face on it, that is Doctor Strange's watch. He was wearing it when he crashed. But we were wondering, is that a watch he has already owned, or was it a gift to him by Christine? I feel like the watch has significant meaning of some sort. Yeah. But I can't remember where I saw that from. Was it a what if? Was it the Doctor Strange movie? I think it's a what if.
Because I think in the what if, it's the gift that Christine gives him for that. That's why I think that reflection that we see in that image is actually not our Doctor Strange. It is Strange Supreme that is kind of reminiscing over the fact that there's nothing he can do. Yeah. And I think they're probably going to recap a little bit. If they're going to talk about Strange Supreme, they're going to give just maybe a few second recap of what happened in What If, because they don't want, in order to understand this character, you have to watch What If. If you want more details, then you can go watch What If. But we're going to give you the quick little outline of what you missed.
Yes. I like this comment from Marvin. Marvin says, Strange Supreme Pizza would be good promotion strategy. I mean, Disney, if you're out there listening, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, you just put Doctor Strange's face on the pizza box.
Strange, like the DiGiorno. Supreme Pizza.
Yeah, and then like people would just buy it because
pizza.
It is. Oh, sorry. Well, we can have pizza for dinner, no?
Yes.
We haven't ordered pizza in a while.
Yeah, true.
So maybe we'll do it a pizza night as we watch Matrix. All right, you guys. So let's see. I don't know if anybody. Oh, okay. So Debbie says, I think it is a gift from Christine, but an old gift, because they obviously have a romantic history and work history. Yeah. So it's possible. I just can't remember if it was shown in the movie or if it was shown in What If. But you're thinking it's more What If.
I think it's more of a What If one, because I just think that it's going to focus a little bit, since they showed Strange Supreme. I think that I think we're going to be surprised on just how much of that voiceover dialogue that we heard in the trailer is actually not Steven. It's actually not Doctor Strange. It's actually Strange Supreme.
Yeah, that's very possible. But either way, I'm happy that now that the trailer is out, so everybody who is not able or don't feel comfortable going to the theater to see No Way Home can get to see this, because it was really cool to see it on the big screen. But I do love that we get to see it, so we can kind of pause and go back and enhance and enlarge and all of that
and get to see all of the breakdowns too, because that is actually one of the things that I really do enjoy too, because there are so many people out there on YouTube that just have a plethora of knowledge on any particular topic that when they're able to do deep dives into trailers, I can be like, oh, I didn't catch that. Oh, that's what that means.
Yes.
Kind of a thing. Because they just know.
They just know.
From since, they live, breathe, eat, drink comic books.
Yes.
Kind of a thing.
Yes.
So it's always really cool to be able to be like catch the Easter eggs, catch the references that someone else is able to pick up.
Yeah. So very excited for the trailer to be out for everybody to see. I know it feels like it's really far away because it doesn't come out until May 6th, but honestly, it feels close. It feels close because literally 2022 is just around the corner. So I can't wait. That is going to be the first Marvel film, I think, up in 2022.
Is that actually the next one up? There isn't anything between now and Doctor Strange, so we have to wait.
Usually they put something in January, February, like a comic book film, but I don't know if it's necessarily Marvel. But I don't remember DC having anything out for that time period either.
We've got to go so long without some form of Marvelness.
Yeah.
I'm so disappointed.
Well,
but fortunately, we do have Boba Fett coming up next. So just next week. So we're going to keep on going on our Watch Wednesdays.
Yep. Sure, we can call it that, Watch Wednesdays, and we will do obviously a spoiler discussion on Saturday live streams. So stick with us. Thank you, Debbie. Morbius in January. See, I knew they always drop some sort of comic book movie. Morbius in January. I'm excited for that. I feel like that's going to be a fun time. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into what we're really here to talk about. And what we're really here to talk about is the season finale of Hawkeye, filled with spoilers.
Spoilers galore.
Spoilers galore. So again, if you haven't watched the latest episode of Hawkeye and you want to avoid spoilers, then we probably have to part ways for now, but you can come back to this video later on and join in the discussion. So you guys, go ahead and start putting in the chat some of your favorite moments. What are some of the moments that shocked you? Do you think we'll be getting a season 2, and etc.? So this one, like we kind of said in the previous live stream, so last Saturday, we thought that they would actually pick up from what we saw at the end of the episode, which is, the to-be-had conversation between Eleanor and Kingpin. And that's exactly where we kicked off. And I mean, they started off with you see the boots, you see the king, you hear the heavy footfalls. You're like, that is definitely one enormous man of Kingpin. And you know what? I really have missed Vincent D'Onofrio playing this character.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, he's insanely intimidating, but you kind of get just a little bit of, he's also a little crazy. Kind of a thing. Just, he's in control of his madness, but he's just so intimidating. And now this city is mine.
Let's remind them who owns the city or
don't
something
forget,
like that.
Kind of, and just how powerful he is. And one thing someone pointed out to me, I was either in the comments
maybe
or
Discord?
On the Discord, that he has the diamond or the crystal cane. The cane that has the diamond on top, the huge diamond, that is something straight from the comic books.
Nice.
And I saw that and I'm like, oh, that's right.
And also the outfit, obviously the white is classic, but later on when we see him again and he's got the Hawaiian shirt on and I was like, that looks like it's straight up somewhere. So I did a quick Google as I was doing the edit last night for our reaction. And that is a nod to the comic book, Spider-Man Family Business. And it's right on the cover with Spider-Man kind of crouched and Kingpin is behind him, minus the hat, but he's got the red and white Hawaiian shirt on. But I really loved some of the way they shot the scene, because we know Kingpin in the comic is abnormally huge, right? Especially the very broad shoulders, the kind of the smaller head. Obviously it's comic book, so you can draw the character however the artist would imagine it, and they tried to do that for the live action. We have already seen it done in the Marvel Netflix shows in Daredevil, but I like how they kind of used how they shoot Lord of the Rings, how they sit one subject closer to the camera, the other one a little bit further away, to make someone seem larger and smaller. And I also like that they shot from lower angle up to make him look way more imposing. There's a lot of scenes where especially when Eleanor's like, look, I've done what you've done. I've repaid my debt. Like, I'm out because my daughter is in this now and she cannot be a part of this. That's my daughter. So I'm out. I've got some insurance policies. I've hidden them. So if you try to screw me, I'll screw you right back, sort of a thing. And I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're trying to intimidate the crime boss.
Not a good move.
Crime
Even
boss.
at the very end of that scene, I'm going, no, that is not how you do this. That is not how you get out of a deal like this, kind of a thing. Really, really bad way of moving. And I'm just like, you do not want to piss them off. You want to kind of be like, hey, you know what? I just draw the line at my kid. It's family. It's my child. And I'm just going to have to back out, be very apologetic and be like, I do have insurance. I do like having insurance.
But she wasn't apologetic. She was like straight shooting, like, look. And I guess she was trying to strike a business deal. And I was like, but this is not the approach that you want to take with Wilson Fisk. And he even gave her an out, like, to maybe reconsider her tone, to maybe a different exit strategy, to rethink it and just be agreeable for that moment. He's like, in the spirit of holiday, I'm going to give you a moment to reconsider that. And I'm like, he's giving you an out right now. Just be like, you know what? I lost my mind. You're right. Let me retrack. And then find another way to like tiptoe your way out. But obviously, Eleanor, I don't think she realized it was going to get that bad. I think she really thought, I've got this carefully planned. I own a securities company. Mm-hmm. I'm covered. I'm going to be fine. I got this. And I was like, girl, you don't got this.
And that's another thing. I'm also very curious on what insurance she has, kind of a thing. What dirt does she have? What documents?
Photos,
well, that's what I'm saying is that I'm wondering what exactly she has. Communications between the two of them. Did she record herself with Wilson Fisk? That true, it also incriminates her, but it also makes it so you can pin it on Wilson Fisk.
Yes. So maybe if we get a season 2, the announcement comes, then maybe we hear about it, or maybe we hear about it in the Echo series.
Honestly,
because Kingpin is still gonna, I imagine, be involved in that.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's not another Hawkeye series. I think what they're going to do is kind of branch off. So we're going to have Echo. We'll probably have like the Young Avengers. So Kate and
Lady Arrow.
And Lady Arrow.
Eve. Hawkshot.
So she was like Lady Hawk.
Lady Hawk.
And I think what's going to happen is that Clint does just kind of, instead of passing the torch, passing the bow, kind of a thing.
Aww,
and he's just like, no. I'm retiring with my family now. If you need help, I'm here to help, but I am not leading the charge.
Only if you really need help. Yeah, only if you really
This is an emergency number. Do not call this unless it's an emergency.
Proceeds to leave 30 voice messages until the voice.
Oh my God, we just did this, and look at the pictures. It's so cool.
So
emergency number, Kate.
Yes. So it was really cool, obviously, seeing Wilson Fisk in the show. But as we know, while it's really great to see all these cameos from different parts of the MCU or the Marvel Universe, it is still, it's called Hawkeye. So we focus on Kate Bishop and we focus on Clint. So what I love is that finally Clint, when he said, we're partners in this. And I think that was just kind of everything that Kate has been wanting to hear, after all of this. He's trying to protect her, to keep her out of danger. We're not partners. You go home. You're not ready for this. To him going and recognizing that
this is what she needs now.
This is what she needs now. This is what she's determined to be. This is who she is. And he trusts her enough to let her, explore her own methods, if you will.
Yeah, I think the big thing is that he was really just trying to keep her at arm's length for as long as possible. Hopefully there would never come a point to where that she's now across that line, and you can't go back after a certain point, after a certain tragedy happens, after a certain amount of missions, so to speak. You can't really go back to, a normal life. Kate has now crossed that, now finding out about her mom, finding out about all of the things that have been going on. It's kind of like, well, shit, now you're a part of the team. You're going to stay a part of the team. So now I will officially, acknowledge you as my partner. Yeah,
which I think is lovely. And we'll kind of dive into that a little bit earlier. But we do have a super chat from Mr. T.O. Morrow. So I want to get into it. And I think to kind of start up that conversation, we can shift our focus to Maya for a little bit, because in the previous episode, when Hawkeye had the conversation with her, was like, look, Kingpin was the one who ordered the hit on your dad. Cassie wasn't there, but it wasn't because Cassie ordered the hit. He just got like a little tip and was like, this is happening. I'm gonna just not die. I'm just gonna try to not die, which leads to a very emotional confrontation between Maya and Cassie, because these two have known each other. Like, she's, you know, as Maya's packing her bag after that conversation with Kingpin, was like, hey, and I like that she did try to play it off.
Yeah.
You know, like, I lost my cool. I'm not going to chase after my dad's killer anymore. I'm just going to drop it. But like, can I just get a couple of days off? And Kingpin obviously seems to care for her, but he also like was calling her on her BS, was like, you can't lie to me. Like, I know you. And I'm on to you. So how do we take care of this problem? So at the end, you know, she's obviously packed her bag, was probably going to get out of town, but she has one final confrontation with Cassie, trying to convince him to actually come with her, which I was a little confused, because I was like, weren't you just really mad at him and suspicious of him an episode ago? But I guess it's somebody she's known all her life, and she doesn't have her father, so she leaves this. Who does she have right now? And you know, Cassie would be the closest person. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but I did like that the whole, this wasn't supposed to be your life, this is my life.
Yeah.
Almost in a, I don't know why, but I saw it as sort of a way of like, I wish this crime boss life wasn't it for you.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never wanted this life for you.
Yeah. So you know, I love that, but unfortunately they didn't meet eye to eye with that conversation. Fight ensues, and he didn't come out of the fight, let's just say. So that was unfortunate. But she also has a second encounter with Kingpin, as after he gets blown up by Kate.
Shot at, hit by a car, blown up,
arrow to the
electrocuted. I mean, Kingpin took some pretty big hits, and I'm surprised that he was still able to get up and walk away from. But it's also
the Kingpin. So, and a lot of people were saying in the comments of our reaction video that in the comics, like, Kingpin is known to wear armor, Kevlar, and things like that. So it's possible, one, that because he's so massive, he can't take, you know, a hit, and two, that there could be other, maybe the suit is made of armor, and like, so that's why the explosion didn't harm him as much as it would like an everyday person. But you know, he is definitely feeling the hurt as he runs into Maya. They have this conversation. She pulls the gun on him, and the camera pans up and away, and you see the flash of the gunshot, and you hear the bang of the gunshot. But as we all know from comic book movies, if you don't see it happen, did it really happen?
Exactly. Or did it happen the way you think that it happened?
Right. I think that as she pulled, I think she 100% pulled the trigger. I just think he probably swatted away in time, or something like that. But a lot of you guys have been saying in the comment of the reaction video as well, that in the comic, this lines up to the story arc where she does shoot him, and because of that, he temporarily goes blind for a little while. But he'll come back. So, which
then has a really cool connection between him and Daredevil.
Yes. So let's go ahead.
Daredevil's blind.
Oh. Look at that. So let's go ahead and get into Mr. T.O. Morrow's super chat. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Writes, happy holidays, Wendy and Dustin. Thank you for moving up the stream. Amazingly, I think Hawkeye managed to wrap up all the loose ends. Kingpin introduced and killed in the span of 2 episodes. WTF? So yeah, interesting. We say that because I feel like while the show made it seem like his life is uncertain, like whether he made it out or not, I feel like as comic book fans too, Kingpin is such an iconic character. He's not just connected to Daredevil and Echo. Kingpin is also connected in the comics to Spider-Man.
A lot of people.
I don't imagine Feige would, say, hey, Vincent D'Onofrio, you want to come back and reprise your
just
role?
So we can kill you.
Yeah, as Kingpin, just so we can kill you. And also to, kind of tease. I just don't see how Maya's, like, in her series Echo, because of her entire life is based in this. I just don't see us not having Vincent D'Onofrio in the present time for her in her series. So I
Mhm.
don't think he's dead, but I do think he would be injured.
Yeah, I think honestly, the connection between him getting shot by Maya, shooting him in the face, Maya probably thinks, oh, you're probably going to die from that wound, but he's just going to go blind. And then you can have a cool little scar on Kingpin for the time that he's healing.
Yes.
But also, I do find this really funny. It is a comment near the bottom from I Love Entertainment. If you don't see a movie death, they aren't dead. Unless you are Kate's dad. LOL.
I know everybody was speculating. We never saw it.
Mhm.
So it
Well-
didn't happen. We saw the funeral.
It's
But-
very possible that he's actually not dead either. That you know that
that they've still played it up until now.
or he faked his death because he knew he
couldn't.
had so many so much debt with the Kingpin
Mhm.
that it's kind of like, sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm out of here. Even though I love you, Kate, I am going to I'm bailing. I'm out of here, or else I'm going to be dead.
This comment's funny, coming from Richard Olson, who writes, "This is an important lesson from the comics. If you're going to get shot, take it in the eye. Just a little short-term blindness, you'll be fine."
Yeah, no. Honestly, yeah, there were a lot of moments that I'm just like, did they really just kill all of those what is it called? All of those track shoot mafia guys, to where some of those wounds I'm like, oh my God, like the ice arrow that freezes the guy's leg. Does that mean that guy's like now an amputee? Some of those arrows,
oh my gosh,
those needles that go out all over the place.
Yeah, let's
and I'm just
talk
like,
Trick Arrow.
oh, and heck, and the ones that got shrunk down and then eaten by the owl.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of like, that's their fate. There's no way that they're going to go back to being large again.
I think you have to use another one of those pin discs
Mhm.
to make them normal
and
size.
I love that reference. Are they like that forever? He goes, I don't know. I'm going to have to ask Scott about that.
Yeah, I love the little tiny acknowledgement of the other Avengers. So while we're talking about the other Avengers and other characters, let's fast forward to the end of the episode where Clint obviously makes it home, Christmas presents in tow, as well as a couple of guests in Kate Bishop and Lucky the pizza dog, which makes sense. You know, her mom is in jail. Like, who's she going to spend Christmas with?
Mhm.
So, you know, he brings her to the farm and has like a nice little Christmas morning with his family, which we all love. And of course, returns the Rolex watch to his wife, who we know
100% confirming now that she is indeed Mockingbird.
Mockingbird.
I wanted to say Mockingjay, but I was like, nope, that's wrong.
So Debbie was very kind and sent over a little Marvel.com database on Mockingbird. So on here it says Barbara Bobby Morse Barton. She is obviously known as Mockingbird, scientist, superhero, spy, Dr. Barbara Bobby Morse has done it all and then some as the costumed Avenger known as Mockingbird. So this is really exciting because I think it was it an Endgame or was it Civil War when Tony and all of them went to the farm, and wasn't it somebody said it too in the comment section?
I think it was actually in Age of Ultron. That's when they all went to the farm in Age of Ultron.
And didn't he mention something like former agent or something like that?
Yep.
Too? Yeah. So like.
And mini agent.
Yeah. And that's right. And mini agent. So
I think he said something like that.
God,
yeah.
and that was years ago. Like I would not have remembered that.
I think because I saw it, someone posted it in the comments. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Now I want to go back to Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Honestly, it's starting to get to a point to where I'm like, oh, all of these references that they're making to movies that I haven't seen in many years. I now kind of just want to do a Marvel binge week kind of a thing. Start at Iron Man and just work our way up kind of a thing.
Fun. And you know, on Disney Plus, they put it in chronological order.
Yep.
So we can watch it that way. Yes. So, and thank you everybody in the comments or in the chat saying Age of Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But yeah, we see the engraving of obviously the shield emblem, the symbol, and with the number 19. So that just as much confirm that, like, yep, former shield agent really, really cool. And I love Linda Cardellini. Like, I think she's a fantastic actress. So I love that with this, she'll get to be in more, whether it's TV shows or movies. So that's very exciting.
And they're giving her a much bigger role now.
As you should.
And honestly, that's the thing. We're just going to start seeing the Marvel Cinematic Universe just blossom even more to where we're going to start seeing all of these little references, and not little references sometimes, but all of these references to so many more characters and so many more storylines. I'm just excited because we're now able to get anything we want.
Yeah.
Whatever storyline you want, sooner or later, it's going to happen.
I want to talk about this comment here. Where is it?
You squirmy Navi. You're making me toasty.
she's a
or my little lap warmer.
Yeah, a little space heater. This comment says, "Did you like what they did with Kingpin? Because I didn't. I liked him more in the Netflix series." So I want to kind of unwrap this a little bit, because I feel like in the Netflix one, obviously rating is a little bit different. I don't believe Feige had anything to do with those series, but please let me know if I'm incorrect. But with the Netflix shows, obviously much darker and grittier, and we're able to get away with a lot with shows like The Punisher, which is like pretty graphic and pretty violent. So yes, I feel like with this Wilson Fisk, they're not able to really portray him in like the more like graphic violence nature, because it's still a Disney Plus show. That's not to say that we can't get there later, or we get there in a movie, because I just feel like eventually we're going to see Wilson Fisk in MCU film. There is something
there's still
here that is stabbing
I want to
me.
see that one moment. I think it was in one of the Spider-Man comics where Spider-Man actually catches Wilson Fisk doing a murder himself, to where he actually just takes a guy's head and just does the whole what is that called from Game of Thrones? It was the mountain smashing the Viper's head, and that's what Wilson Fisk does. He just takes his hand and goes and like squishes the guy's skull. I mean, in the Netflix series, we could get away with that. Disney Plus, probably not.
Yeah, you kind of gotta walk the line a little bit in that. But I don't feel like it was so much a different Wilson. I think it worked for within the realm of this show. I think he's still imposing and intimidating, especially in the scene, not just with the scene of him with him and Eleanor, but when he was talking with Cassie and he stepped up to Cassie like super close, and I was like, God, that's like scary. And I felt intimidated for Cassie.
It's like he knows how to use that invasion of personal space kind of a thing. And it is just, it's played off very well.
Yes.
I really enjoyed it. But true, I do like what they did with him more in the Netflix series. But of course, they also had 3 seasons to expand and play with and build his character up. So that is very much, a bigger advantage.
Yeah.
Than just one episode.
And we'll see if they do bring back like a Daredevil type of show on Disney Plus, and then maybe we can from there go a little bit darker, a little bit grittier to kind of get the flavor of the Netflix show Wilson Fisk back into back into this. MK Songbird writes, Disney Plus, Kingpin rips off a car door. Netflix, Kingpin rips off a head with a car door. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, that's right. He takes it and goes.
Yeah, so you can't show that really on Disney Plus, at least not yet. So Chris Smith is asking about the Matrix Resurrections review. We honestly haven't had the time to watch it, so we're gonna
watch it tonight.
Hopefully watch it tonight, and then review will be coming later. I don't know what day it's going to go up, but later. So that's why you haven't seen it on our channel yet, because we haven't watched the movie.
And that's honestly one of the big things, is just the fact that there's right now so much material out there, from Spider-Man No Way Home, from all of from Hawkeye to Boba Fett that's coming out, and from all of the other TV shows that we want to watch, but just haven't gotten time to sit down in front of the TV, record ourselves, and edit it.
And it's also the holidays and the year's winding down. So there's like, I feel like I'm frantic all the time trying to do things, and then forget to do things, and then feel overwhelmed by trying to do 50 million things. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. But we appreciate your patience. and hopefully we can get the review for Matrix Resurrection.
And what the good thing is once January comes rolling around, there's going to be a lack of material. So we can just do our catch-up. Our catch-ups.
We can finally sit down and watch The Wheel of Time, and I can actually edit it without feeling rushed.
And what we do in the shadows. And those
Lots
are just so many that I'm really looking forward to.
Yes. Let's talk about Yelena.
Oh, yeah.
We got to talk about her because, man, I love her so much. And I love her and Kate. Obviously, we know that a lot of this takes place at the Christmas party held by Eleanor Bishop. So everybody's, dressed to the nine. Jack is there, full like sword on his belt. Like, that's a bold move after you were just arrested for the alleged murder, of Armand.
Well, he wasn't arrested for the murder.
For the Sloan stuff.
For the Sloan stuff.
Yes, for the Sloan stuff. But that's also a flex.
Yeah.
Like walking into the party, be like, "Hello, I've got a sword," And I was like, you know what? Because it's Jack, sword. It's believable. Like I feel like because it's him.
Yeah, and a sword that he could go into battle with, because he does. And I really wish they would have done a little bit more with showing off some more of his swordplay kind of a thing.
Yes.
But I liked what we got, and just because I'm a little bit of a sword fighting snob, I'm like, I wanted to see more.
Yeah, but it's not Jack's show, It's Clint and
Kate.
They could do a little short. You know how they did it for Trevor?
Mm-hmm.
They could maybe do one for Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Jack Duquesne, the origin. I don't know. But the Yelena and Kate Bishop interaction is something that I just continuously live for. In episode 5, we got the amazing mac and cheese scene. In this one, we have a fun little elevator scene with also a really cool fight scene where it's kind of like sort of like it's made to look like a one shot. I know it's not a one shot because it cuts away, but it's cool because they kind of go through the different rooms of the building and you just see them transition all the way through from one side of the building to another. I thought that was really cool. The fact that, Kate, her costume was unveiled as she rips it away.
Did you plan that? No.
Oh God, their chemistry is so fun. If later on Disney Plus wants to do a Kate Bishop, Yelena Belova show, I am here for it, and I will be there, mac and cheese and sriracha in tow. Which I
have a feeling that we're definitely going to get something like that.
Just so fun.
Whether it's going to be in whatever the Young Avengers series that they're planning going to be, to where it's going to be kind of like their buddy. And they have like their own little niche in the group because they're like, well, we already know each other, so we're already friends.
Yeah, I love the a la Elf just pushing all the elevator buttons. That's like a stop. No, don't do that. So annoying.
And I love her accent. I think it's so funny.
Yeah, it's
and
excellent.
So cool and so entertaining.
You know what shocked me? And I wonder if this is improv or this was actually built into the choreography, but the slap.
Yeah.
Across the face.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Gosh, these two are great, but the conversation between Clint and Yelena on the ice rink was just, my face was full, like wet for that entire thing. For Clint trying to tell her the truth, also in a way kind of accepting like her anger and her grief and taking that beating without really fighting back too much.
Yeah. Exactly.
And acknowledging that, like, you're not hearing me. Natasha made her choice. I fought her for it. And he said this, but she's better than me.
Yeah.
She's better. And you know what? She outdid him. She was like, nope, because we saw it. But the only two people that were there on Boromir were them and obviously the audience.
Red Skull.
And Red Skull.
So you're not going to get much information out of him.
No. So just the little bits of like whimper and like cries that Yelena let out, kind of hearing the truth and her accepting that truth was heartbreaking. And especially she said, I loved her so much. You got so much time with her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I know Yelena wished she had because she was blipped away. So she lost 5 years. 5 years she could have spent with Natasha, getting to know her more. So I love that so much. And I think, let's see here. There was one comment. Where is it? And then we're going to get to that end credit scene as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we have a super chat from Marvin that I missed. Sorry about that.
Marvin!
I will get to it.
Sounds good.
Okay, I can't find it. Let's see.
What was the
It was about Kate and Yelena, but I don't. Oh, here it is. MK says, "I wonder where we'll see her show up next as well."
well, honestly, it's kind of now up in the air. What is the next Marvel Disney Plus show?
Secret Invasions?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're gonna
Disney Plus show.
If you guys actually know, put it down in the chat.
Thunderbolts, is that announced though?
No,
that's
Thunderbolts
just theory.
that's just theory on what it's actually building up to. I guess I can look it up real quick. If you
maybe she shows up in one of the next MCU movies, not Doctor Strange, but like one of the other ones. I don't know, but if you guys know, or if you have a theory, let us know in the comment section. And I'm gonna go ahead and scroll to our super chat from Marvin so we don't lose it. All right, Marvin writes, "What is a Netflix hero you would like given the Disney Plus treatment and vice versa?" Also, end credit scene with Matrix 4. Haven't seen that movie, so we can't talk about that yet because we don't know what it would be like. Well, I mean, we don't know what it is. Speaking of pizza, scientifically accurate Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm scared.
I saw someone mention that in the. I saw that.
The Spider-Man one scarred me so much. I don't even know.
We're never gonna do it ever again.
Turtles are not as scary as spiders, so I think I'd be okay watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one.
So I think the next Disney Plus Marvel series is Miss Marvel.
Yes.
Then Moon Knight.
Oh.
Then She-Hulk. So I
don't
think
feel like Yelena would show up in any of them.
I don't think I think we're going to have a little bit of a rest from this group. And that's the thing. There's so many that now you can really focus on a completely different group of superheroes.
Yeah.
And not mention any of the other ones in the past. It's just the fact that we have so many now to focus on, so many to bring to the front light, to the foreground. And there's some characters that we are loving that we want to see more of. It's going to go a little bit more on the back burner. So yeah, I'm really curious. So yeah, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and then She-Hulk. So I'm excited for all of them.
I want to go back to Marvin's question because we didn't answer it yet. What is a Netflix hero you'd like given the Disney Plus treatment?
That's the thing.
Jessica Jones.
Oh,
I really enjoyed Jessica Jones. I think she to see her on the Disney Plus side of things would be cool, but it would have to be more, because if you look at all of the Netflix shows, obviously it's darker, it's grittier. The subject matter is a bit more heavy. So when Disney Plus is ready for something like that, then I would like to see them, do something similar for Jessica Jones, because I loved season 1 so much. I enjoyed season 2 as well, but season 1 was like tops for me. I couldn't believe how much I enjoyed that show.
Yeah, that was a real Jessica Jones. Yeah, Jessica
Jones is
a very good one. I wouldn't mind seeing them redo Daredevil and Luke Cage.
Yes,
I would really.
Oh, Luke Cage.
Since they did mention that they are going in a different direction with Iron Fist, I wouldn't mind seeing an Iron Fist.
Maybe that's the next one, unless they bring in Daredevil first. We don't know. We'll see, because now Wisdom Fist is back. So
yeah, it would make sense if that's actually the direction that they're going. Since they are bringing in these Netflix Marvel shows, I think them redoing Iron Fist and then being like, okay, this is what's happened, kind of a thing. And this is how we're going to shoehorn this new Iron Fist into the Charlie Cox and Netflix Marvel group, is probably the best way to kind of be able to first start it off and then tell everyone else's story again.
Got it.
So that would be really good to see too.
And also for the upcoming Disney Plus shows, going to the chat. So Brian says Moon Knight or She-Hulk is next. Oh, and then Two Fan says next Disney Plus is She-Hulk. And then just some other information. Echo starts filming April. And then Moon Knight is in February. And I think, is that it? Yeah. What else am I missing? Da, 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 da.
I'm trying to read what actually it says
Oh,
on
I think
Disney.
Debbie says the same thing as Brian. They pushed back Miss Marvel till like
Oh.
August or something. Oh man, that sucks.
Yeah,
I thought it was up
because
sooner.
the Marvels doesn't come out until February of 2023.
Okay. Oh, yikes.
So
Wow.
we still got
We've got a
over
little
a year
while.
for the Marvels.
We've got a little while. Yes.
So
Dean, thank you so much for hanging out in the chat today. Dean says, "Love watching a reaction video to the finale of Hawkeye." That was a fun one to film too. That was a really, really fun one. We have another super chat from Mr. T.O. Morrow, who writes,
Thank you so much.
Thank you. When Clint finally told Kate, "You're my partner," that was probably the ultimate Christmas gift for Kate. I loved how Marvel Studios gave us the Rogers Broadway musical as an end credit scene. So let's dive into that a little bit. You guys know that I've been already such a fan of like the fact that they created Rogers the musical. I think it's hilarious. I think it's meta. If they had the show as just like a one number performance at Disneyland, I would 100% be watching it. They have the space for it too. They can do like a because I think the stage that they have across from Monsters Inc. It's a little bit smaller than obviously the stage that they showed. No, it's not covered. It's outside.
Oh, that one. Okay.
That stage, like it's smaller, but you can just maybe put the dancers in the front and just some of the Avengers on the stage, and it's just that one number. But I loved it. I love that we got the entire number. And you can see it in our reaction video for the Hawkeye finale. I will say this, though. As much as I am a fan of Rogers the musical, and I love that we got the whole number as an end credit scene, I wish they had either given us another end credit scene to kind of tease the next upcoming Disney Plus show, or just another moment or something like that, or have something else in its place, because I feel like all of the other Disney Plus Marvel shows have given us an end credit scene that teases something to come. With the John Walker scene with Val, with the Wanda stuff where she's kind of flipping through the book, with what was the Loki one? I can't remember the Loki one. But there's it always teases for what's to come, and this one just
was just like a nice.
Well, I mean, it was
and
nice.
I think also what this is showing too is that they're now going to start going and telling about stories brand new stories.
Yes.
So ones that are not connected to any of the stories that we have seen so far. That's why. Yeah. So that's why. What is it called? Moon Knight is going to be on a different, completely not different. It's not going to include anything else that we've seen so far.
I think it's going to be very much. It can be
its own little isolated.
Yeah, it doesn't need to like call out to like, oh, this so and so and this. It's like we know it's in the universe, but like let it be its own thing because we hadn't met this character yet.
All of Navi's hair is starting to like tickle my nose.
Like, the allergies starts. Brian says, "I will drive 7 hours and pay whatever to see Rogers in full at Disney. I'll wear 11 masks. I can do this all day."
That would be interesting to see exactly how Rogers the musical, because actually like the full length play actually goes, kind of a thing, because that song "Save the City" really seemed more like it would fit better into an Avengers musical.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's like the final number or something like that. So that's why they called it Rogers the Musical, because it's all like the Steve Rogers stuff in the beginning, and then we end it with Avengers. I don't know.
And also, for anyone who's an Avatar: The Last Airbender fan, I would love it if Rogers the Musical is more of like the Ember Island Players version of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as their version was to the story of Aang, kind of a thing, to where throughout the entire show you see just little things that are just a little bit off.
Yeah.
Things that you're just like, wait a second, that's not how it happened. And you'll see certain characters that are just tweaked a little bit. Like Coulson will be a little bit different. Something of Nick Fury will actually not have like,
or be on the other side, kind of like Zuko Scar. Was on the opposite side for Ember Island Player. That's awesome.
I think that would be hilarious to do that.
Yes.
Even if you did kind of like an animated version of Rogers the Musical, I think it would be so much fun. Just heck, you know what? Do a Lego version of Rogers the Musical, and then you could just do slapstick comedy, fun for kids, and the way and change the story so much.
Yes. For all the Rent heads out there, thank you, Debbie. Adam freaking Pascal, Roger from Rent. I knew it the second I heard it in the very beginning in episode 1.
When they had, I was like,
voice. And I remember watching it at the LCAP because we were invited to the fan event, and I was like, is that Adam Pascal? Because that sounds just like it's a very distinct voice.
It's like before you actually see him, you're like, that voice is like,
that's Adam Pascal.
Rent sense is tingling.
Rent sense is tingling. And this comment also from Ruru 2 says, why was the Ant-Man in Rogers the Musical, but he wasn't on the plaque in episode 5?
Oh,
because that plaque was dedicated to that moment, the Chitauri invasion in New York. Ant-Man was not a part of the Avengers then.
Exactly. But Rogers the Musical I'm sure that plaque went up before Rogers the Musical went on stage. You think someone would have done their research before they put that moment in Rogers the Musical.
I think they were just trying to include as many Avengers as possible.
Yeah.
You know, so they're just like, oh, we gotta put in Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like the iteration of Loki's costume.
Yeah.
And we saw him for a quick bit doing like a bit of a choreography, but I was like, you know, I kind of like the costume. Brian says, narrated by Cabbage Man. Not my cabbages.
My cabbages. And I love that one little part where you see like that cardboard cutout of the flying Loki with the
with the worm.
Yeah. Or, was it a worm? I thought it was just him writing that little thing that when Hawkeye shot that arrow, he caught it and he kind of gave that look.
And then it
blows up in his face.
Trick arrows.
Just because you don't hit your shot, that doesn't mean you didn't make the shot.
Lennon Sue says, do they have a theater at They do have a theater at DCA that used to have Frozen in it, so maybe Rogers the Musical can move in. I mean, like I just don't know if Disney feels okay with like a prolonged indoor thing, even if everybody wear masks, just because of the Omicron variant is kind of like crazy right now. But I thought of that originally, like that. I don't know if they're using that theater for anything right now, but I think that may be the reason why the theater is kind of empty, because they can continue to put Frozen in there. I know it's, you know, a bit older now, but like people like it. I would still go watch it. I think it's a good performance.
Yeah. Well, and also I think that area would be good to kind of build up more Avengers stuff, because right now, what is it? In Avengers Campus, they have the Web Slinger ride and they have Tower of Terror revamped into Mission Breakout.
Yeah.
So extending it a little bit, extending Avengers Campus just a little bit more into to include the theater would probably be a good idea. You can get a little bit more stuff in there.
Absolutely. Oh, and Amanda Borja writes, I don't think it's the final number because they left mid-show. Good point. I guess it's the end of the first act, and then we would go to watch the events of Winter Soldier, Civil War, and the Infinity Saga.
Wow, that means the beginning has to go.
That's a long show. That's a long show.
Yeah, because I would think that it would end with that number of, you know, you tell Captain America's story and he's the one that actually gets the Avengers closer together, kind of a thing. Actually, that would be funny if there's all of these times when, you know, we know how much Steve Rogers and Tony Stark butted heads, but you make Tony more of the instigator and more of the jerk. And Steve is more like, come on, Tony, we have to be able to work together, kind of a thing. And whereas, you know, we know that it was a very equal
the
give and
Tenacious
take.
D song just came into my mind. It's nothing teamwork. Sorry. What do you call it? Oh, we were talking about arrows and it made me think this. So on the ice rink, before I think this is after all the thousands of like Tracksuit Mafia bros have been, I guess, what's the word? Incapacitated by trick arrows or via shrinking arrow or anything like that.
Or just outright killed.
You're right. Cassie shows up, and I wanted to ask you guys this because Hawkeye shoots an arrow at Cassie, and it does this weird like splitting off thing, the arrow, and Cassie catches it.
I'm impressed that he
I
made
was
that
very
catch.
impressed, but like, how did you guys feel about that moment? Because I was like, Cassie's not super powered or anything like that. It's never been mentioned, like, he's not even, I don't want to say he's a great shot because he had the sniper rifle, but he wasn't able to hit.
He didn't hit
anything or anyone. So he hit stuff. He just hit
Yeah.
Which for the people is great, but for him is not great.
Okay,
is she going down?
You are squirmy too much. Say goodbye to everyone. Bye. I'm being so squirmy. Bye, Navi. Oh my goodness, she's starting to squirm so much on my lap. But yeah, honestly, I was surprised to see him catch that arrow, but it was pretty cool that it split off and hit like the people around him.
Yeah, I thought that was cool, but I guess Cassie was like, "Not today."
And apart, you know what? Honestly, what I think would have been a little bit more believable is if there was like a pole behind Cassie, the arrow split off, and then Cassie like moved out of the way and it hit the hit the pole, and he kind of looks at it and goes, "Ha! Nice shot!" And then it does its little trick.
Yeah, I don't know. Nick says, lucky moment, I guess.
I mean, I didn't know if you guys, I watched a lot of Mythbusters, and one of the things that they did was the ninja episode where they wanted to see if catching the arrow is actually possible, kind of a thing. And they found out, yeah, it is possible, but they brought in a master ninjutsu artist to be able to do it. And it took him a couple of tries, and they actually had arrows that had like tennis balls on the end of it, so they would be blunted just in case they did hit him, kind of a thing. And I don't think they did like full shot, but what is it called? Cassie was pretty far away from that shot, so he could have really seen it coming and been able to catch it. And then it did split, so it could have slowed it down a little bit more. Yeah, and so a couple of you guys in the comments saying, Two Fan says, if he's not a martial arts master, it is hard to catch an arrow if you're not trained. Richard Olson says trained people can catch arrows, and the arrow would have been slowed down from splitting the arrow in front of it. So maybe he was just kind of like wasted poses. Maybe he watched a lot of Xena Warrior Princess. I Love Entertainment says it is a bit strange that Cassie all of a sudden has these non-tracksuit skills. Yeah, none. Oh, and that one moment of what is it called? When the Imagine Dragons guy came back, even though he was trying to fight Kate, he was like, "Hey, I want to just I know we're fighting here, but like, thanks for your advice. We went to see Maroon 5. Everything's fine." And then she roundhouse kicks him in the stomach. Yeah. And then why the gun? Bam. But also, what is it? Someone mentioned who said something about the owl moment?
It was Debbie. Oh. Debbie says, "I love the owl moment. To me, I saw the comedy, but I saw it as Natasha coming to see Clint. Oh, her spirit lives. She's like, I'll take care of that problem for you." All right. Is there anything else you want to add about the final?
And someone posted in our Discord that owl may have been a reference to an owl that did get stranded inside the actual Rockefeller Christmas tree.
Oh, really?
And I'm kind of like, oh, that's so cute that because there is
that tree is massive. Yeah.
And it looks so cute. Honestly, the real picture of that owl. Yeah. So I thought it was just a cute little addition.
I love that. I just think it's so, and luckily everybody had already evacuated the ice rink since there was already chaos all around. Because normally that ice rink is like littered with people ice skating. If you've ever been to the Rockefeller Center around Christmas time in New York, like that tree, I've only visited once. I think it was 2017 when I saw, and it was Christmas time. It was like -17, so I was not prepared. But the tree, like my phone stopped working because it was so cold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was like, what is it? Yeah, I just shut down. I was like, what's going on?
Even the phone's like, I'm done. I'm not dealing with this. I'm out of here.
I'm going to bed.
Peace.
Good night. And it started back up because I went into the Nintendo store. And it was warm in there with the heat. But anyway, the tree is beautiful. So I was so shocked that in the series she shot an acid arrow at it and it just toppled. I was like, no, the tree.
Don't do anything stupid. Promise me, say you won't do anything stupid. She
Oh,
didn't say anything.
She didn't say anything. She said timber.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here so we can kind of get ready for the evening. And hopefully, if we can get everything done, we can actually watch Matrix Resurrections tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here for today's live stream. There will not be a live stream this Saturday. And because we won't be seeing you guys then, we want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas. Happy holiday. Have a wonderful time. Have a safe time. Stay healthy. And we will see you next Wednesday via a live stream as well as in a reaction video for the Book of Boba Fett. All right, you guys.
So excited for Boba Fett.
Before we go, one more super chat. Thank you so much to Big Mike for your donation.
Mike.
Big Mike says, got mad love for this channel. Thank you so much. You guys, always a good time with y'all.
Heart fingers.
You just pinch.
Pinch.
Yep.
Okay,
there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it?
It's a pinch, yeah.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
Beep, beep, beep. All right, you guys. We love you so much. Thank you for your support. We can't wait to talk to you again next week about all the nerdy fun stuff. Nerdy fun stuff. Bye, guys.